Do we want to say hello first, or are we jumping right in?
I think we'll probably end up just telling the audience what the result of the draft
Oh,
is,
okay.
because we're going to be drafting some colors and numbers.
Oh.
Oh,
Hello and welcome to another episode of Beacon of Creation, a weekly podcast on game design through the lens of Magic the Gathering. I'm Juliet, and I've got two contestants here to play a game I like to call At What Cost?
Ah.
And joining me today is my first contestant, Cord.
hello. I'm Cord. I have mana values 0, 3, 5, and 6, black, green, Selesnya, Witherbloom, Silverquill, Abzan, and Naya.
Wow. How exciting. And joining me is my second contestant, Tim.
Hello. I have mana values 1, 2, 4, and 7 plus. I drafted mono white, mono blue, and mono red. I drafted Simic and Rakdos. I drafted Bant. And I drafted Wooburg.
Welcome, one and all, to the exciting game that I like to call At What Cost? Where I'm going to be showing to you some magic cards that don't have costs. And I would like you, the contestants, to cost these cards. You can, of course, in addition, add additional flavor to these cards, oftentimes in the form of a type, which types can be a cost. You know, an instant and a sorcery are two different costs to a card, as are oftentimes creature types. But we will begin with a relatively simple card, hopefully. Our first round's card is a 2/2 creature wall with defender and double strike.
Oh,
Listener, you can play along at home and think, how would I cost this card? Our
oh
contestants
no.
have access to the colors and specific color identities that
Aha!
they have drafted. So Cord has access to mono black and mono green. Abzan, all of the color pairs that make up Abzan, because Cord specifically drafted Selesnya, Golgari, and Orzhov, and Naya. And Tim has mono white, mono blue, mono red, Simic, Rakdos, Bant, and Wooburg, in addition to the mana values that they have here.
I have a variety of options here, all of which stymie Cord.
Uh,
Yeah, unless we want to argue the Memnite of walls should have double
yeah,
strike.
2/2 defender double strike. We're really
See?
amping up. What is it? Shield Sphere? Is that the?
Yeah,
There,
the
there's
O3
a
or
few of
whatever.
those that are for 0 mana. So Tim, I think you've got a slightly easier job of it. How would you cost and flavor this card? It's a
Yeah.
2/2 defender with double strike.
The two obvious options are either just a white mana or just a red mana. I think white is a little more defensive, so that makes a little more sense. Having double strike for defense makes you a pretty good defender, I guess. So there, I think you have the normal flexible options of just like, I don't know, some guys with shields and spears that are ordered not to move, or, a wall made of those things. I guess with red, if you felt like your set had a bunch of other walls already, like a Rise of the Eldrazi situation, and you just want to have a cool other wall, like your seventh wall in the set, let's make it red. Let's make it a tiny little guy. And then we're assuming like some like draft archetype or something is going to animate the walls, and then that's going to pay me off and allow me to attack with my little double striker.
Mhm.
So we're not adding any. We can't add creature types as we flavor this, right?
I'm going to say you can. The creature type and rarity are both flexible, I think,
Hmm.
because to me, those are elements of a cost in
Yes.
certain ways. I'm going
Yeah.
to have at least one challenge where the creature type is fixed. I
Okay.
like the idea of this being a wall, but in this particular case, that's, if you want to make this a human soldier wall, that's,
Hmm.
it's increased power for that cost.
Yeah. I think this could have been a common back in the day, like in the Rise of the Eldrazi 15 years ago or whatever. I think now this would be like a uncommon that then gets activated by something else. Because I
Hmm.
think like commons, we don't usually see these kind of inert cards. We see cards that like you'd throw in any deck.
Yeah.
Make it uncommon. Nah. Would red ever activate its walls? I guess it could, right? We haven't really seen that. Do you know? Has there been like a defenders come to life that's touched red?
Red is, in a classical sense, very
Sure.
much the defender's color and specifically the wall's color.
Yeah.
But I really think in terms of red, we would more frequently see things like Vent Sentinel, where, hey, I'm going to deal damage equal to the amount of walls I have. And that's like part of red's pie in that way. And then colorless effects that would then enable your walls to attack.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah. What mana value do you think for this? We often, of course, see a 2/2 double striker. That's frequently going to be 4 mana in some form or another because that's like a 4/4 in some respects.
Yeah. This thing's job is to trade and then die. I remember there was in Tempest or something. Oh, Wall of Razors, which was a
Mm.
4/1 first strike wall for 1 and a red, so 2 mana. That feels pretty comparable to this.
Mhm. We also got in Magic 2012, of course, Wall of Torches, which is
Oh,
a kind of modern update, 1 and a red for a 4/1 defender.
oh, you don't get first strike anymore. Wow.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen this card cast.
Husband flavor text: the foolish try to leap through the unlit spaces. The arrogant believe the fire's harmless. The wise find a different door.
Yeah, don't go through here. It says very clearly.
Hmm.
I was hoping that I could do 1 mana, but I guess maybe if I make an uncommon, I don't know. That's my vision. I'm saying 1 mana. This is a thing that one specific deck in some draft environment, like is going to pick up if it can see it and then animate those walls.
Great. That's going to be a single red mana for a 2/2 defender with double strike. Cord, you've got maybe a slightly more difficult challenge here, but you've had a little bit of time to think about it.
Yeah. Based on what I've got as my options here, I think I'm gonna place it at 1 white green. So 3 mana
Mm.
value,
Yeah.
and you get the double strike, through white. It's a 2 color card, so it can kind of have that backing behind it of when it does
Mhm.
gets defender turned off, it has that structure behind it.
What flavor would you put to kind of sell this as a white green card in particular, rather than a mono white or white red or anything like that?
I would be thinking kind of like a thorny plant wall.
Hmm.
The If we're leaning it more specifically, Selesnya. Though I could also see something like this being like the Witches of Innistrad type of
Hmm.
flavor, where they have like a wall around their coven. This lets them play a creature that plays into the actual coven mechanic with like a weird power or something.
Great. Well, thank you for your submissions. We got mono red or one white green. Our next round is going to be a slightly more ambitious card here.
Whoa!
This is a card with Convoke, Cascade, and Discard Your Hand.
Hmm.
I've already got a very wacky answer.
Great. Cord, I would love to hear. At what cost would you have this card?
This is a 0 mana instant.
Huh. Okay. So the Convoke doesn't do anything, and the
The
Cascade doesn't
cascade doesn't do
do anything.
anything.
So despite the fact that you have access to 3 mana value 3, 5, and 6, and black, green, white, black, and Abzan. And Naya. You're going 0 mana.
I
Tim.
think that's the funniest option.
So this one ups one with anything by also reveal your deck, then discard your hand.
Yeah. Yeah, reveal your library. Discard your hand is a fascinating rules choice. Wow, yeah.
If they have Trinisphere out, you can pay for this by tapping creatures.
Okay.
You're so right. This goes in my Trinisphere combo deck.
Hmm.
I genuinely don't even know what happens in the rules if you cast a
Cascade for
cascade spell
0.
for 0 because you exile
Well, there's
into
cards that give things Cascade, right?
right.
So it must be in the rules somewhere. There is a 0 mana value card that has the word Cascade on it.
Okay.
It's the TARDIS Bay, which
Okay, great.
is a plane
Oh.
Okay.
that says the first spell you cast during each of your turns with mana value 2 or greater has Cascade. When chaos
Oh.
ensues, gain control of target artifact, then planeswalk. So I don't think Cascade works very well with mana value 1 or 0.
Yeah, I think that would probably be the case. Now, Tim.
There's another bank error in my favor here. I somehow stumbled into having Rakdos and 2 mana
Oh,
values, so I have some flexibility there.
yeah. I was going to say you don't have access to black, but you do both in Wooburg and in Rakdos. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I'd punish pack openers enough to make this Wooburg.
It would be an interesting puzzle with multicolored tokens.
Convoke, Cascade, Wooburg. So then you're trying to cascade into some type of 4-drop as early as possible by getting multicolor, like maybe the citizens that are every color or similar sort of token out.
3 mana Cascade, the good Cascade for doing busted things, right? Because they don't give you cheaper Cascade typically. And even Violent Outburst, which just gives your creatures like 1 extra power until end of turn, is a banned card in Modern because it's so nice to be able to cascade into the 0 mana spells. If we want this to be unbanned, we want an instant 3 mana Cascade spell. Why not a Rakdos one? Is what I ask.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
one. Oh, we don't have 3 mana value. That was a 2 mana value. Well, that's why you have to discard your
And
hand.
we've seen, what is it? Bloodbraid Marauder, I think. If you have Delirium, you can do a cascade thing at 2 mana value. That's also a Modern Horizons type of card, I think.
Yeah. It's a 2 mana thing that has Cascade, but only if you have Delirium, which is pretty hard to do early.
Especially difficult to do before turn 2 if you're also trying to not play any 1-drops so that you can cascade into one of the powerful 0 mana manaless suspend spells and that sort of.
Yeah, so if you really want to be a Rhino boy and cast your Crashing Footfalls at instant speed, get your 2 rhinos. You also have to dump your whole hand.
Instant speed cascade, of course, is a particularly tricky thing in, I want to say, Modern in particular, because, and one of the reasons Violent Outburst is banned is not just because, instant speed, you do it at your opponent's end step or whatever, but specifically that you can't Force of Negation cards that are cast on your turn. So by Violent Outbursting on on your opponent's turn, they can't Force of Negation against that.
I guess we'd never really said what Crashing Footfalls actually is.
Sure.
About here. So this is it doesn't have a mana cost, so you can't cast it. You can, however, suspend it. So suspend 4 for a green mana, which means you pay a green mana, and then 4 turns from now you get to cast it. And then what you get out of it is 2 4/4 rhinos, which, if you do that on turn 2, you can attack for 8, and then your opponent's in a lot of trouble.
Great. So our next round going to be another kind of simple card. It's going to be a 3/2 creature bird with vigilance and nothing else. So, Tim, At what
Mhm.
cost would you have a 3/2 creature bird with vigilance, no flying?
Oh, no flying, yeah. Just noticed that too. Are we back to what is it, a MOA? Was that the Ravnica one?
Sure, Bronzebeak Moa, and
That
it's
was
it's
the
all
exact
likes.
image I had in my head.
Hey, I guess we all played a lot of Dragon's Maze.
Uh-huh.
I actually did play a lot of Dragon's Maze.
Yeah, Beacon of Creation, the official, like, Dragon's Maze
Yeah.
podcast, I think.
Number one Dragon's Maze fan podcast. And not just because we had Alexis on a month ago.
Yeah.
I don't think I've actually ever played Dragon's Maze Limited.
Okay. I think I have probably done, I'm going to say 30 drafts of Dragon's Maze, Gate
Mhm.
Crash, Return to Ravnica.
And, of course, in addition to playing it a bunch, I made my whole Dragon's
Yeah.
Maze Jumpstart
I was
remix,
gonna
so I
say.
really
You've looked at this art.
yeah.
So this is a bird, but not in traditional functionality. This is a Vigilance 3/2. Have mana curves gone this far? 2 mana value in white. We've had like a 3/1 with some ability. A quarter paladin was a
Yeah.
2 mana 3/1 battle cry.
Mhm.
What set would this exist in is the part that I'm not sure on. But other than that, I feel like it's okay to do a 3/2 2 mana Vigi.
Mhm.
I'm trying to think if there is a 3/2 yet. I don't not there's a lot of 3/1s, but I don't know if there's a 3/2. Oh, Spectacular Spider-Man. He's a 3/2 2 mana. Sunstar Chaplain. Oh yeah, I remember this guy. I would say Sunstar Chaplain is far better than a vigilance creature, so yeah, let's do it.
Mhm.
In terms of exactly this text for 2 mana,
Yeah.
the closest is Trusty Companion from Kaladesh,
Hmm.
which can't attack alone.
Oh. Yeah, downshift that to common and print it. Love it.
Yeah, absolutely. Cord, at what cost would you have a 3/2 creature bird vigilance? You have a very specific subset of colors, but I think the subset of colors that you have fit well probably with this card.
Yeah, there's kind of two options I had thought of, but I think I want to go with 2 and then a hybrid Selesnya,
Mm. Okay.
so you can play it in white or green.
I didn't know if you'd be tempted to go for 0 mana again.
No, it's not as much as play with one with play on one with nothing.
Mhm.
Mhm.
With like the puzzle of how do I do stuff with the useless text or the text that becomes useless when it's 0 mana.
We just got a bunch of these like French vanilla, like vanilla creature with a keyword in the jumpstart packs for Avatar. I've been bumping into those on Arena.
Mhm.
There's a black creature who's like a 3 mana 3/2 flash. There's like a 2/4 vigilance in blue. Like these really simple cards that they've been putting in there. So maybe this bird could have fit in there.
Great. Our next round is an artifact with when this artifact enters, exile target non-land permanent until it leaves the battlefield. And when this artifact enters, create 2/1/1 blank type creature token.
Hmm. So an O-ring plus get 2/1/1s. That's a pretty
Mhm.
cool card.
So, Tim, at what cost would you have a Oblivion Ring Dragon Fodder?
Hmm.
And as a reminder for the listener at home, Tim has mana values 1, 2, 4, and anything 7 plus.
Yeah. And then my color options that are relevant here, I would say, are either mono white or Bant. This doesn't feel super Banty. I guess unless Bant is, in this particular set, unless blue, white, green really cares about tokens for some reason, because it's doing Convoke, it has some other reason to do that.
Mhm.
So it feels a little more mono whitey, but it feels like a slightly too good deal to do like, I don't know, 4 mana, 2 white, white for this like Oblivion Ring plus 2/1/1s. That feels like too good a deal.
Mhm.
Hmm. Yeah, maybe.
Is there a type that you could put on the tokens that would make it feel more
Yeah.
Bant or more mono white or for some reason this is a Rakdos card.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think that's my main in to getting it to be like 3 colors is if the
Mhm,
creature types that it's making are really relevant or a clear match for something the set's doing.
mhm.
And so this is not like that Banty, but in this particular set, sure, it can be Bant. That's fine. I guess the baseline flavor would be, this is some device that captures a villain, and then it comes with 2 little guards to protect that thing. I guess the little guys could be little artifact guys that are carrying a device around is maybe the flavor, like little gnomes or something
Mm,
they've got a little palanquin O-ring thing.
that's a fun idea.
Dragon fodder also it maybe made me think more on the what are little guys that are little
Mhm.
kobolds or something that are just marching along with their little device.
Thinking about, like, Bant as literally Bant the shard, my thought goes to, like, Sigil of Service or something
Mm,
like that, and
yeah.
have the exile being like, "Hey, you gotta go work." Like, this is the this artifact, like, compels you to go, like, do a job, and then the 2 tokens are, like, also kind of being, like, drafted into that
Hmm,
service for,
hmm.
if they're, I don't know, soldiers or something in Valoron who are caught a Jessian thief or something.
I guess if we're
Yeah.
doing Bant, what are the non-human creature types on Bant? There'd be like rhinos. That's
Uh,
too big.
yeah. 1/1 rhino. 1/1 monk could be a thing.
Hmm.
We could tie into the, some of the more mystic parts of Bant. Of course, they could just be generic soldiers. We could have 1/1 angels doing something interesting, perhaps. Anything connected to the Amisha or anything.
Yeah. I think we want something that's at least blue or green tinged to get the blue or greenness. Do they have like
There's
Vedalken? No, they
there's
don't.
the Leotau.
Oh, yeah, little cat guys.
They could have Vidalcan now. The fun thing that Bant has
Oh,
is if it's like specifically not with the shards meeting together or anything, they have their Leotau instead of Leonin. They instead of horses, they have big hooved lions that
oh.
they ride around. If you think about any of the night cards
Ron.
from Bant, they have typically, I think, Knight of the White Orc sort of stuff.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, just trying to get like blue or greenness into it. Artificer, 2 artificer tokens.
Ooh, yeah, rhino artificers.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
I like rhino tokens.
what if this is talking, oh, hey, here the Vidalcan have come to Bant, and like, here's the Vidalcan sigil core or whatever,
Yeah.
where they're doing cool Ethereum sigils and things.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so you have like you artificer, but then like
Yeah.
it's one Vidalcan and one rhino, like
Yeah,
tinkering
yeah.
away at this thing.
I like it. Well, give me a little artificer. Yeah.
Mhm.
Because then I
Okay.
think like I could also imagine why the rest of the set would have artificer tokens. Oh, they have some convokey or some other thing where I need to tap creatures. Why do we need to do that? Oh, we need a bunch of little nerds that all run the computers here on this plane.
Yeah, the Industrial Revolution helps, renovate Jund, Naya, and Grixis and
There you go.
Band.
There you go.
Cord for this O-ring dragon fodder. At what would you cost it?
I think I'm gonna go with 5 mana value.
Okay.
I had like a couple of thoughts of like where I wanted to do this, but then I thought about the creature type for the tokens, and I've decided on elves,
Okay.
and it's gonna be 3 white green. I think the reason for this is it's like where the Lorwyn story's been coming out, and so I'm thinking about this is like they're gonna capture an eye blight or something like that,
Mm.
and
Oh.
we've got the elves of Lorwyn doing that now without the black mana pips,
Oh.
and maybe a little less intensely.
More of like Reese's group of elves rather than the
Yeah,
the perfect group of elves. Yeah. Okay. 3 white and a green. Exile, get 2 elves. Hey, elf creature tokens
elf
I think
is
are
a
worth
good,
more than
yeah, a good strong type.
than other creature tokens. Great. Our next card It's a card with tap, add 2 mana of the color of this card. You can't spend both this mana on the same spell.
Hmm. So this is
Hmm.
untyped so far, so we get to decide, is this
Mhm.
gonna be a land, an artifact, or something else?
This is untyped, uncosted, unpower toughnessed. I probably would
Oh,
not say this is a planeswalker.
Or a battle, or a creature.
there you go.
You got enchantment or artifact.
I think you could make it a creature, but yeah.
We'd have to add power and toughness.
Okay, we can add stats. Okay.
Mhm.
Cord, you going first or you want me to go first?
Chord. At what cost would you have tap, add 2 mana, but you can't spend those 2 mana on the same spell?
Well, I don't think 0 is reasonable here. So I'm gonna go with the next most reasonable thing, which is 3 mana,
Okay.
and we're gonna put it as 3 mana for Abzan.
Mm,
I don't like tapping enchantments, so this is an artifact.
okay.
If you like, I mean, white, green, white, black are the 3 hybrids. So you just
Oh,
have
okay.
those 3 hybrids.
Yeah.
Uh,
And you happen to have drafted white, green,
yeah,
green, white, black,
green.
and Abzan. So you're technically within your power to do so.
I mean, weird drafting has gotten me a very interesting card. So yeah, it's going to cost white, green, white, black, and be an artifact. Oh yeah, and that's 3 mana value.
Great.
Hmm.
And what colors does it tap for?
2 mana. Oh, I have to choose those 2 mana. I thought it was 2 mana of the colors of this card, and it would just be like you
Oh,
choose
like
2 of the 3
the first
colors.
pair, the second pair, the third pair.
That rules text might work.
It's like the kind of filter land sort of thing.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah.
We could just literally spell out the combinations in that
yeah.
way.
Yeah.
And Tim, at what cost would you have tap add 2 mana of the color of this card? You can't spend both this mana on the same spell.
Yeah. So I think my two options from what I've got are mono red. This feels the most is it to me, or at least we have
Mm.
to do two different things, like we're kind of like jumping between projects or whatever. But red by itself, I think it convey that, but is maybe not doing this hardcore mana generation. And then maybe my other option is Simic, because I think Simic is also like all about, experimenting in different ways, combining different creature types, doing kind of goofball things. Simic is typically a little more creature focused. Um, but you could cast two creatures with this if you wanted to.
Sure.
And maybe it allows for a little bit more to Simic than just creature stuff. Maybe you have reasons to like suspend multiple things or something. I guess the way this is worded, you could spend both the mana on one ability, kind of like a power stone. Like the only restriction is that you can't put both of them into one spell.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So you can use this like power stone style to pay for costs of abilities or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess either way, I think I'm pretty interested in this card.
So you don't have is it, I believe.
I don't have Is it?
So
Yeah,
you'd be looking at either mono red or Civic then.
exactly. Yeah, I think ideally I would do Is it, but that's off the table. And then the other piece is, I guess if this is mono red, I don't have 3 mana value. Cord has that. So if
Mhm.
this is mono red, this feels like it has to be more 4 than 2, because making this for 2 mana for mono red feels kind of weird. Whereas I could see maybe we just want to make a strong card and make a 2 mana Simic thing, blue green. This is not as good as just getting flat out 2 mana, especially early in the game in like a commander game. You really want to be spending that all on one spell. But it would be a little too strong.
Mhm.
Maybe I guess if you just make this a creature, because then it's
Sure.
vulnerable. So blue green 1/1 creature, ooze wizard or whatever. Weird wizard.
Use wizard. That also gives it, summoning sickness and everything,
Yeah.
which can be an impact. So a 2 mana creature that adds mana is slower than a 2 mana artifact that kind of pays for itself.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I actually think I like that creature version a little more.
Great. I think I like Ooze Wizard better at blue green just because I think of weirds as being so red green.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
All right. Our next round is a spell with this spell deals 6 damage to any target and 6 damage distributed as you choose among creatures you
Mm.
control and you.
Hmm.
So this might be able to fit into some of your colors or sizes better than others, but at what cost would you have this 6 damage spell?
I love how scandalized you sound when you say that. At what cost?
I only have one red option,
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
but this could also be some black ambition.
Mhm. At what cost would you have deal 6 damage to any target and 6 damage distributed as you choose among creatures you control into you, Cord?
Oh God,
What is your black option? Is it or your red option is Naya?
Naya,
Uh-oh.
which I
Mhm.
think I could see this in like a go wide Naya thing. Like you have a bunch of creatures with 2 toughness, and so this gets better in your
And
Naya
deal
deck.
1, 1, 1, 1, and 3 to me.
Yeah, one to a bunch of your creatures and 3 to myself, and then the 6 to that.
There is kind of precedence. Do you all know the card Fiery
Naya.
Justice?
It's familiar, but I don't know it now.
It's a red, green, and a white card that I think of as being a cold
Oh,
snap card, but that's because it's an Ice
Oh,
Age card that got shifted in Time Spiral, which is that's what cold snap is to me. Anyways, it's red, green, and a white for sorcery with Fiery Justice deals 5 damage divided as you choose among any number of targets. Target opponent gains 5 life. This, of course, being a differently fanged one. Instead of your opponent gaining life, this deals damage to you. I try to be an impartial judge. I don't know that I think this card is super safe at red, green, white. Just straight up 3 mana. That seems very aggressive for
hmm.
6 damage.
I could imagine being printed in Ice Age.
Yeah, this is the new Karavek Spite. It
Do we have expansion symbols available to us here?
the the card I was thinking of trying to compare this to is Incandescent Aria from Streets of New
Mm,
Campana, which is Naya
mm.
3 damage to each non-token creature.
Uh,
Yeah, that's a great pull.
5 feels like too much because of the downside. 3 feels like it's pushing it, but I think because you can just hit face. You play this, you gain a life, and then you cast 4 of these, right?
Mhm.
And if you play a creature at any point, you're fine. So I don't think I can put this at 3. I think it is too good, just as like 2 bolts in a trench coat.
It's such a fair card though that it should probably be just 0 mana, right? Because you have to deal 6 damage to you, and there's no way to
Yeah,
break that
yeah,
symmetry. So
totally. I would love to put this at 4. I'm gonna put this at 2 and Anaya for 5 mana.
2 and a Naya for 5. That's 2 red, green, white. Tim, at what cost would you have this 6 and 6 damage spell?
I feel like I lucked out again because this is like pretty Rakdos-y. I get to deal a bunch of damage, but I have to pay a cost of my own life
Mhm.
or my own creatures. So this can read something like deal 6 damage to any target and sacrifice a creature, sort of. Because you could put all
Mhm.
6. You don't have to like,
You don't have to keep your creatures alive.
Yeah.
You can beat the dead horse.
yeah, you could just say, you, my little artificer, we're throwing you into the sun.
Mhm.
Um, which makes it seem kind of good. I don't know.
Mhm.
Card was talking about 5 seeming like too much, but I think if this was 5 with Rakdos mana, I would feel pretty happy with it because it's like Lava Axe, which is 5 mana, deal 5 to an opponent. This is deal 6 to any target. I guess maybe I could color it up. I could do like 2 black, red or something.
You could also do sorcery, black, black, red sorcery.
Okay. Maybe that's the way to do it.
Great.
And then sorcery.
You could also go black, red, red, red if you
Ooh.
wanted to be
I'll go burr.
lightning skelemental sort of stuff, right? The
Black, black, red, red. Yeah, why not?
black, black, red, red sorcery and a 2 red, green, white instant. Thank you.
There's 2 cards in Magic that deal 6 damage to any target. One is 6 mana instant that can't be countered, and the other is only deals 6 damage when it is cycled for 5 and a Jund.
That's 8 mana on Resounding Thunder or 6 mana on Inescapable Blaze. Resounding Thunder is a very, very draftable card in Shards of Alara as a common. That was very, very useful.
Oh yeah, its normal mode is 3 mana to deal 3.
Yeah.
Or 8 mana to instant speed, or uncounterably instant speed.
Draw a card and deal 6.
Exactly. All right. Our next round is a creature spirit with this creature deals damage to creatures in the form of stun counters. When this creature deals damage to another creature, tap that creature and untap this one. So, at what cost would you have this card? And while you're costing it, what would be its power and toughness? For this one, we're keeping it a spirit, and we're keeping the ability text as is.
Yeah, this feels pretty comfortably. I have blue here. I guess it could even be white. I don't think I'd go Bant. So either blue or white, and then this can't ever kill creatures.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this wants a decent amount of toughness. Otherwise, the second clause doesn't do anything. When this creature deals damage to another creature, tap that creature, untap this one. This deals damage in the form of stun counters, so normally if this hit a blocker, it would have stun counters on it, but it wouldn't be tapped, but this creature says, no, go ahead and tap that. I guess I'll just try out numbers and see how they feel. If I had a 2 mana, 2/3, this can't kill creatures. It can stun them for a while. It can't ever trade. So it's like a little tempo-y. It's kind of good at hitting your opponent for its mana cost in blue. And then it can do the world's like softest death touch on a 6/6 or whatever by just stunning that 6/6 for a turn or two as it dies. Yeah, I guess 2 mana, 2/3. Does that feel good? I don't know.
For just straight blue, like 1 in a blue?
Yeah, 1 in a blue. Yeah, 2, something like that. I can't do white and blue, so I gotta pick a color.
Interesting.
Blue feels like frosty, I'm like going in there. I've got like icy spirit magic.
Yeah. Speaking of blue mana, Cord, at what cost would you have this spirit creature that deals damage to creatures in the form of stun counters? And when this creature deals damage to another creature, tap that creature and untap this one. Looking at Cords available, we've got, I don't see any blue mana in any combination.
There is white mana, and white mana can do stun counters.
Sure.
And being able to untap itself. So the question is, what colors am I pairing this with? Black, green, or green and red? And I think, if you have the right body, I think I could see a very interesting like white black something weird like a 4/3. One white black for like a 4/3 that can't kill creatures.
1 white black 4/3 for 3. Interesting.
Yeah.
When it taps something down, it taps it down for a while unless it has to split its damage between 2 creatures.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that makes double blocking this thing very interesting. I didn't even think about that part. Because then the stun counters get removed twice as fast. Like, you don't mind blocking this with, like, 4 1/1s. Because they're going to be stunned less.
Sure. They'll skip a turn.
They'll still be turned, yeah.
Great. So we have 1 in a blue for a 2/3 and 1 white black for a 4/3. Our next round is A artifact equipment with equipped creature gets
Ooh.
+1/+1 and has ward, pay 3 life. And then an equip cost. So,
Hmm.
at what cost and equip cost would you have an artifact equipment that gives +1/+1 and ward, pay 3 life?
Now, does the equip cost have to use our drafted things?
Yes.
Okay. So here's what I'm going for. 0 mana for the mana cost.
Hmm.
Yeah. Fascinating.
And then 1 black black for the equip cost.
Okay.
You have, I think it's a 0 mana armor from Baldur's Gate. It's not like cursed armor, but it's like dark pact armor or something like that.
Mm.
I might have been thinking of a 1 mana armor. It's like 1 generic. Maybe I've just hallucinated an entire card again. That that happens a lot. Yeah, I was thinking of leather armor. Leather armor, which is
Leather armor.
equipped creature gets +0/+1 in ward 1, equipped 0, activate once each turn.
Top line mana cost of 1. That makes sense. Oh, and that's from AFR.
Hmm.
AFR, not Baldur's Gate. So it's kind of flipping things around,
Mhm.
because the ward cost is black, or it's life payment, which is black or red. Um,
Yeah.
So the equip
they both
cost
cost
is
swap.
3, but the mana
Yeah,
cost is 0 is what you're thinking?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sure. Tim, at what cost would you
Hmm.
have this artifact equipment that gives +1/+1 and ward, pay 3 life?
I guess so this gives +1/+1. So it's not that I'm getting like a huge bonus for equipping this.
Mhm.
Um so this feels like it has to be a common. If we compare this to, I don't know, one of the flying equipment like Aeronaut's Wings, which is 2 mana to cast, 2 mana to equip. Equipped creature gets +1/+0 and has flying. I would say I would rather have that +1/+0 and flying than an extra toughness and ward, pay 3 life.
Mhm.
Just like a colorless mana to cast and 2 colorless mana to equip, because I have both 1 and 2 available to me.
Mm. But if you
Um,
had to use the colors that you have
oh, I
available.
can't just do colorless. Okay. Typically, the life ward costs are red and black, and then the mana ones are everybody else.
Mhm.
So I guess like if I just, if there's like a flavor reason why I'm going to do red and then equip 1 in a red. Yeah, I
Sure.
guess some equipment deck might want that card. Hmm.
Great. It is true that a lot of times these days we'll get the color in the top cost, but not in the equip cost, which I think makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
I've often more designed equipment that has the color in the equip cost rather than in the top cost, so that you can potentially play the equipment early and then like later on have the mana to actually equip it. But I see why we do it the other way, especially with artifacts that make their
Yeah.
own tokens or auto equip.
I guess looking at a couple things, I'm looking at Boots of Speed here, which is a red mana for equip creature gets a power and haste and equip for
Hmm.
1. And I would say an extra power, no toughness and haste is better than an extra toughness and ward 3. So maybe it's just 1 and 1. A red
Sure.
mana up top, color committing, but 1 and 1.
I definitely think if we're doing that, maybe we do add haste too. If this is a mono red card all over. Great.
Yeah.
Thanks for your submissions for this round. Our next round is a spell with gain control of all creatures, then destroy all creatures.
Or finally, Chord's Day has come.
Oh, okay.
All of my mana costs are not good at this, but
But gaining control of all creatures is very blue.
Uh-huh. Which again, you have black, green, white, green, black, green, white, black, Abzan, and I.
I think out of all of those, Abzan's most likely to do this for 6 mana. Make it white, white, black, black, green, green.
Interesting.
Sorcery?
Interesting. White, white, black, black, green, green, sorcery.
Hmm.
To me, I would say,
I don't see any green there.
is this maybe actually a red card? Because you are gaining control of them effectively until end of turn?
I
This
could.
feels like white black to me. This is like Orzhov, your soul is
I
mine.
actually, yeah, no, that's why I just changed. I don't
Okay.
see the green here.
Okay.
Triple white, triple black.
Oh.
Wow. Wow. You do have access to
Oh, I do have
exactly
5
mana
mana.
value 6. Ooh.
I do have 5.
Yeah, I
I
would say
think
5,
can I
not
do this
6.
at
You wanna
5?
do a
Yeah, let's do
ghost
this at
ghost
5.
council?
One double white, double black.
Instant.
You no, sorcery, and then you play this with an instant that gives you creatures you or something that gives creatures you control indestructible, but doesn't, like, do it at the moment you cast it. It's like, this turn,
Sure.
creatures you control have
Avacyn.
indestructible or something
Yeah.
like that,
Yeah.
or Avacyn or something, yeah, and then it becomes you just steal all creatures.
Whenever a creature you control would die this turn, like it gains persist or whatever. You know, one of
Yeah.
those cauldron
Oh,
things.
Tolvaden Requiem from
What's
Vocal
this card?
Echoes.
Oh.
Oh, okay. I was like, that doesn't ring a bell.
Hmm.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Whenever a creature you control dies this turn, return it to the battlefield with a finality counter.
Hmm.
Very fun. Tim, at what cost would you have gain
Hmm.
control of all creatures, then destroy all creatures?
I feel like this is either 5 or 6 mana, and those are the 2 mana values I don't have.
I think mono white could do this at 7.
Black red could do this at 7. I would never play this card at that cost, but let's make it 8 mana instant.
8 mana instant. Okay.
Yeah.
6 black red instant. And somebody's going to read this and be like, this is broken. This is so good. And that player can have an exciting journey along their arc of magic card appreciation. A card for the big destruction Timmy.
There you go.
We used to get, I feel like, a lot of those big red sorceries and even occasionally instants, you know, the big annihilation sort of things.
Yeah.
I'm sure we still do in various commander forms of one another.
Was it route? What's the one that you're allowed to pay like 2 extra mana to? Yeah.
Yeah, Red's the classic one that can be instant at
Yeah. Okay. I think I'm probably safe then. Yeah, 5 mana Wrath of God or 7 mana instant Wrath of God. This is
Mhm.
just only 8 mana. Yeah, it's for the freaks.
You know, I can imagine if you are playing, hey, reveal the top card of your library and deal
Sure.
damage equal to its mana value type
Yeah.
stuff, or discard a
Yeah.
card, deal damage, and then like, hey, I can also use this to, you know, this is maybe slightly better than some other 8 mana red cards
Yeah.
in a multiplayer sort of commander thing.
I'm in like a Christmas, New Year's commander deck exchange where we each submitted a theme. So like my theme
Mhm.
that I submitted was all eyes on me. But then I received a different person's theme that I have to then build a deck for, and it was mischievous chaos. So I'm in the black red mischievous chaos sort of mindset here with a card like this.
That's such a fun idea. I really like that idea of a gift exchange. All right. Our last card is a spell. For our last round, we've got a spell with put an indestructible counter on target permanent, then draw a card for each indestructible creature controlled by opponents. And flashback for a cost. At what cost, Cord, would you have this card?
Black green? 1 black green?
Interesting. Interesting. 1 black green. Okay. And what type would you?
Because can I give a creature I control indestructible for 3 mana? Indestructible counter lasts so long. Maybe I have to cost this higher on the front.
And it has flashback.
And it has flashback.
You could draw 2 whole cards just using this card alone.
I don't think that
Wait, no, you could
really
draw
matters.
three whole cards just using this card alone.
I think I have to figure out, like, Argentum Armor,
Hmm.
right? Argentum Armor.
Argentum Armor destroys a permanent. It doesn't give
Oh, what am I thinking of?
indestructibility. I think you're
Oh, it
Dark Steel
destroys
Armor
Dark Steel Armor. I knew it was some
or
fantasy material.
something like that. One of the
Yeah.
Dark Steel cards probably does that. Also, I believe indestructibility.
Oh, here we go.
Indestructibility is 3 and a white for an aura with enchanted permanent has indestructible. Of course, that aura is vulnerable.
And you don't
A
get to draw a
counter,
card.
yeah, a counter is less vulnerable, and this has flashback, and you draw a card if you have in some way made or your opponents already have indestructible creatures. What Cord thinks about it? Tim, at what cost would you have this card?
Hmm. Put a counter, then draw a card for each indestructible creature controlled by opponents. There's not really a loophole or something that makes this like full politics. So, like, it's not like put an indestructible counter on target permanent you don't control or whatever.
Yeah.
It has to be usable on your own things primarily, and then if you're in an indestructible meta or something, you get to rip a million cards. I could do mono white. Can't really do two color. I could do Bant. I guess this is pretty Banty. If I just sketch out 4 mana, 1 green, white, blue, it's indestructibility, but it's 3 different mana colors, which is probably about as big a downside as the enchantment-ness of indestructibility. So we're probably good there. And then I don't bother drawing. Or if you're using the card draw mode, you're doing something silly.
Maybe if you already have like a pacifism or a lockdown aura on a opponent's
Yeah,
creature, or somebody else has done one of those or that sort of thing.
yeah,
You can, if you just cast this in indestructible one thing and draw a card, and then cast it again indestructible
yeah.
a second thing and draw 2 cards. Drawing 3 cards as a like escape clause on something isn't nothing.
Yeah, but because I have the main mode, I guess that's where
Hmm.
it's like I can cycle twice and pay 8 mana to cycle twice. Like that is an escape clause. You're right, but I think the costing has to be the draw a card thing on here is uh, a third of a mana at most. Like
Sure.
it's not a big
Okay.
part of the cost of the card, or at least that's what I feel.
Hmm.
Whether it's allowed to be instant or not is part of the fun thing. I think if it were instant, this would be a card that people would enjoy playing in Commander.
Okay.
If it's instant, maybe it becomes too good in draft or in whatever. So maybe it should be sorcery. If it's sorcery, it's just never getting played in Commander, though.
Instant lets you, target a specific creature that's already being
Yeah,
targeted.
a board wipe is happening. I could save my Commander. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So maybe I put I use the expansion symbol to make sure that it's a Commander card, and then I make it
Okay.
one in a band. So 4 mana, 1 in a band, and then flashback. Yeah, let's just do 5 mana. Or I can't do 5 mana.
Mm-hmm.
Would I ever do 7? Let's just do 4 and 4. We'll do 4 and 4. There's a million exile, removal, bounce, everything else in Commander, so people can answer indestructible things.
Great. Great. So we got 4 and 4 on a Bant instant
Yeah.
chord. At what cost would you have this funny little indestructible card drawer?
I think I'm gonna keep it as a sorcery, and I'm gonna make it Abzan on the front half, and then 3 Abzan on the back half.
Mm.
I think giving like a
So
second thing indestructible, and especially being able to do it from the yard, is a little bit stronger.
Yeah, because you have access to 3 mana for the friend side. I think, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Sorcery, 3 mana could still be something people play in Commander, yeah. And is
Mhm.
good in draft.
It's still like a weird rare, but it's probably it does have to be at rare, I think.
Do we worry about
Indestructible.
this card at all on the 4 mana Bant instant side coming from the graveyard? Or is that
Oh,
if you've already cast it once, it's people are already aware of it sort of thing?
maybe this is cynical, but I feel like by the time you're flashing this back, everyone at the table is already in overload in the commander game, so
Mhm,
that there's some graveyard overload or some on board or engrave trick. That's kind of normal for commander, I guess.
mhm.
Yeah.
Imagine you've dredged half your deck, and then
Yeah.
you're casting this
Yeah.
to target your opponent's thing so that you can draw a card so that you can trigger dredge again.
Yeah,
Your
yeah.
your Bant dredge deck.
If I've milled 40 cards in my graveyard, this is the fourth most offensive onboard trick in the game currently.
Yeah,
Yeah. Maybe I'm excusing something I shouldn't excuse, but that's how I feel.
makes sense.
Yeah.
So we've got 4 and 4 on an instant and 3 and 6 on a sorcery. All right. Thank you both for joining me on this inaugural episode of At
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 what
what
What?
cost?
cost?
Yay.
Yeah, that was fun. It pushes you only having half the mana value options, I think was the thing that was the big
Yeah.
roadblock in a
I'm
creative
so
way.
glad I
Yeah.
got 3.
Mhm.
I was like, I'm getting 3, and I got 3, and I was very happy with 3.
Yeah, the spread that we had was pretty workable, I would say, except maybe for like the common creature early on.
Yeah, not having like anything below 3 other than 0
Hmm. It made you
uh
think harder, yeah.
made me think
Mhm.
harder.
As Andrew Sherman says, restrictions breed creativity.
Yep. Andrew does say that.
And listener, if you would like to chime in both with the costs you would have for these cards or to vote in the Discord on the little polls between whether you like Cord's cost or Tim's cost better for each card, you can do that in the Discord. Check out the link in the show notes. Beacon of Creation Discord. The latest episode channel is always a good time.
I'll have the little chart of what colors we had, and if we missed anything in terms of like what we could have costed it, I would love to know that because yeah, I think there are probably some crannies there that we missed out on.
I don't know.
I'm
I don't know what
curious.
you're talking about. I think 0 mana for the a Cascade Convoke card is perfect.
I might be curious to try this with 3 contestants, so there's like even more fighting over the territory
Yeah,
Yeah.
and everything. That
yeah. Maybe
could
for
be
rares,
exciting.
yeah, I could see that.
Mhm. We've also got a design challenge you can submit your designs for. Our December design challenge is December the Titans. Design a creature with an enters and attacks trigger. We've got 2 optional bonus points for that, which are Remember the Titans. Your card features a reminder text, and Tie Tin. The card name begins with SN, like SN.
I love it.
You can submit those designs in the Discord, and they'll be due January 2nd.
Enters and attacks is like such a powerful thing to do. It's like so consistent, feels so good. It makes sure that you're having fun, that your card does what it's supposed to do. So I think there's a lot of room to make cards that have a lot of appeal.
I'd be curious to hear what each of your favorite Titans are in like
Oh,
canon magic.
wow, there's
Yeah.
more of these than I realized. There's 127 cards with like enters or attacks as a block of text.
There's
Mhm.
78
Wow.
cards with Titan in its name.
Oh.
And
uh,
there's 11 cards with enters or attacks and Titan in the name.
oh. I want to cast Uro. I haven't cast Uro in a long time, so I think that's what I'm picking.
Sure.
I was gonna say Uro has a special place in my heart
All
because
right, I'll
I
take
opened
Kroxa then.
Uro. I opened Uro at a Theros draft, or Theros pre-release, as my prize
Ah.
pack for tying 3 games due to time. Because because both players in 3 of my games, 3 of the 5 of my games, both players were trying to win with the Merfolk.
Oh, Thassa's Oracle, probably?
Thassa's Oracle. I had 3 games go to time because both of us were trying to win with Thassa's Oracle.
Wait, like Thassa's Oracle in limited style.
In
Thassa's
limited.
Oracle. Like, yeah, okay. Yeah. Like just draw your deck out.
A terror of that format. I played a two-headed giant game of that format, and our opponent cast Thassa's Oracle and two-headed giant with like an empty library, and I countered it, and they played a second one.
Oh,
Goodness.
yeah.
Well, that was their plan.
There was a Gorgon that milled 3 cards when it entered and had escape, and also a blue instant that milled 3 cards and had escape. And so that's what most of the decks did. They just milled themselves, escaped with the cards that milled them, and just looped that. It was fun.
My main crux of memory is we were playing some commander, and my partner Gavi was playing a black red deck and had Croxa in it, and then one of our friends was playing Croxa as the commander, and I think that was the first time both Gavi and I like glimpsed you could make a game of commander really unfun if you wanted to, because everybody had their entire hand depleted.
Oh no! Yeah.
It was like a lesson of like you have the power if you want to just spoil this game.
I'd like to shout out a healthier card, and healthier blue card, certainly than Thassa's Oracle, which is the OG Frost Titan. I think oft forgotten compared to many of the other Titans, because it certainly seems like it isn't going to be, winning the game as directly as, honestly, Primeval Titan, Sun Titan, Grave Titan, or Inferno Titan.
Yeah.
But crucially, especially back in the day, back in the olden day, Frost Titan is the strongest Titan in a Titan versus Titan matchup, because Frost Titan can, when it enters or attacks, tap target permanent. It doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step. So you can keep tapping down your opponent's Titan so it doesn't get recurring value while you keep attacking in with your 6/6. And so that's a way to stop other locks, is to use Frost Titan in specifically a Titan metagame.
Yeah, shout out to Frost Titan.
We look forward to seeing all your submissions.
Now we should do a Titan draft.
Due January 2nd. Cord, Tim, any plugs? Any?
I think, a couple like channel shout outs.
Oh, yeah.
You make the pack.
Yes, I want to tell people about You Make the Pack. I know that, Cord, you're the one actually orchestrating this, but I need everyone to be saying that people should be jumping into, You Make the Pack.
Yeah,
What's the
it's
concept
pretty
there?
mega.
Yeah.
So You Make the Pack. This time we are making a 20-card commander pack, or what seems to be a commander pack. You submit cards every week and then vote on the submitted cards. At the end of the week, 1 or 2 or 3 of those cards will get in, and the goal is for all the cards that get in to be put together and to make a theoretical Magic booster pack. This time we're working with a larger pack size of 20 cards plus 1 token or helper card, and we have our first card in already.
Right.
The first card. It's funny to have a pack of just one card so far. Is that just the Angel is the first one?
It is, It is the Angel, which I'm going to let Juliet tell us how to say the name of.
Sure. There's lots of options. I think Grace is what I would probably go with. This is Grace, Seraph of Strategy. She's 2 white, no white for Legendary Creature Angel. It's a 2/2 for 2 white, no white at uncommon with flying, and when Grace attacks a non-player, untap her and target creature you control. Those creatures get +2/+2 until end of turn. And then she's got a cool setup ability, which is choose your battles. You can have a legendary battle as a second commander.
Choose your background, but for battles. Alrighty. You have like blue sky for the very first card. And then once the first card gets voted in, everyone's like, all right, we have a mission. Our mission is making this first card work and, everything that needs to go along with it.
Yeah. Is it submissions through the week and then voting on the weekend?
No. So it's submissions through Wednesday and then voting Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So both ends, you have one weekend day to do it. If you only have a weekend.
So you can start designing on Sunday and then, great. That makes a lot of sense. And you can hop in on card number 2, you can hop in on card number 10. You can hop in all the way throughout. There's always going to be room for more things. You can check that out in the You Make the Pack channel here on the Discord.
Yeah. We've also got Beacon Constructed going on. We're trying to make Thursday our day that everyone's around to try and play some games. We just had day 2 drop recently, and we have the Lackey bot able to call up cards in the channel now as well.
And we had another new channel, right?
Oh, I mean, it's not a new channel; it's a renaming of a channel. I'm getting back to work on a project I worked on last year in 2024, which is a Xenoblade 3 custom Magic set, which I'm trying to update and retool.
That was like a Switch game?
You've got meld and
the Switch
classes
game.
and TDFCs and everything.
Yeah, we got meld, classes, TDFCs, battles, and I'm figuring out how that set's gonna piece together. I got a lot of changes I want to make.
Looking forward to seeing it. You can find my work that isn't here on this particular Discord on ILB Pod for Castmas, which is in its winter 2025 season. We just released our episode on Pride and Prejudice, and when this episode drops, it'll also be the day that our episode on You've Got Mail drop. The classic Nora Ephron, Meg Ryan, and Tom Hanks movie that is way better than I think even people remember it being for the most part. Frank Navasky's. We spent like half an hour talking about Frank Navasky, which is that's Greg Kinnear's character. Anyways, you can check that out. And the week leading up to Christmas, I believe also for the week of Hanukkah in particular, we've got streams going over at the Moonshot Networks, twitch.tv/Moonshot Network. Got a lot of specialty streams, one of which I've been working on a video game for. So it's going to be fun over at twitch.tv/Moonshot Network.
Awesome. But I think that's probably about it for the episode.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, everybody, for listening.
Always remember, cost what at? I don't know. My famous catchphrase.